Hey guys, this is Connor from back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you my AFC season predictions. I'll give you record predictions for each team, and I will give you the seedings for the 7 playoff teams and stuff like that. Don't think it's necessary for the other 9 teams. You should know about where they are in seeding if you look back at all the other records. But yeah, before this video does get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what you thought of the video, any other video suggestions. And yeah, without further ado, let's get in. Starting with the AFC North and the worst team in the AFC North, which ends up being the Bengals. And yes, I know 2-15 may seem low for the Bengals. I mean, I do like the Bengals. I think they're a pretty okay team. Maybe a little bit below average, but their schedule is so hard, especially in their division. In all their games that seem to be more easy are away games, making them a little bit harder, making them a lot less likely to win. I mean, the Browns and Ravens, I think it's an easy sweep for them against the Bengals. Steelers, I think they'll split that, but then they have a whole bunch of hard games left, so it's going to be a tough season for the Bengals. I don't like their defense. I don't like their O-line. I do like Joe Burrow. I do like Joe Mixon. I don't think Joe Mixon's as good as he used to be, but I do think he's still good. I think the receiving core is really good, but Jamar Chase, I don't think is NFL ready yet, or at least the standards that people already have for him. I think T. Higgins will have a good year, same with Tyler Boyd, but with the defense being so bad and Joe Burrow not having much time to throw and Joe Mixon not getting many lanes to run through, I think it'll be a struggle for the Bengals this season. And then I have the Steelers at 5-12. I think it'll be a pretty easy sweep for them, and I think they'll easily lose both to the Browns and Ravens. I think these are the clear 2 bottom teams. The Steelers lost a few pieces on the defense that are more valuable than you think, especially Bud Dupree is a really valuable piece that they lost that nobody's really talked about. That really loosened the role for TJ Watt last year. My bad. It's going to be hard for this defense to play like they did. So 5-12 for the Steelers. Big Ben don't have it. Najee Harris ain't going to be able to run the ball with that terrible offensive line. The receivers aren't very good. I don't like Deontay Johnson. I know lots of people do. He drops the ball too much and isn't amazing outside of that. Juju Smith-Schuster isn't very good. Chase Claypool's overrated in my opinion. He had a few really good game stretch and then didn't really play well, so I don't understand the hype about him. But yeah, Steelers 5-12 for the season. And then we have the 12-5 Baltimore Ravens. I do think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're a really good football team. Lamar, I like him. I don't think he's the best thrower. But his rushing ability is going to be good. I like Gus Edwards a lot. I know J.K. Dobbins is out for the year, but I think Gus Edwards can fill in just fine. I really like the Sammy Watkins signing for them. You have Mark Andrews there. Rashad Bateman I really liked coming out of college. I'm not a big fan of Hollywood Brown, but he's decent, so ain't too bad there. And I really like the defense. Yannick Ngakoue, Matthew Judon may have been pieces they didn't want to lose. Yannick Ngakoue is not that big of a deal, in my opinion. I think he's overrated. But you look, they signed Justin Houston, which is really good. And I think that will be a bigger impact than Yannick would have had. Matthew Judon still leaves a big hole, but I think the Ravens are in a good spot this year. I think they're a little bit better, so I think 12-5 makes sense for them this season. And then This obviously leads to the division winner. Browns 14-3. I'm on the train. The Browns are great. I don't care what you say. The Browns, they can make a Super Bowl push, all right? I'm not going to tell you the seed right now. But maybe the 1 seed, maybe the 2 seed. Who knows? They may even be the 4 seed. But the Browns, they're a really good team. I like Baker. Baker's more of a game manager, but that's all he needs to be with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the backfield. Dearness Johnson, he really looked pretty good in the preseason. So um, that third running back could be a good option there that people are talking about. Odell's still great. He's just been hurt. Jarvis Landry's still good. You got Austin Hooper who's there and David Njoku. So I really like this where this team's headed on offense. And on defense, their secondary got a whole lot better with John Johnson and Troy Hill. Adding to Denzel Ward there. Grant Delpit's coming. Play for the first time after he got hurt last year. So I'm really excited to see what this team can do. I think this team is going 14-3. This is the AFC North records. Now on to AFC South and the 1-16 Texans. Yes, they are 0-17, but yes, they are tied for the worst in the NFL. Spoiler to one of the other two NFC teams because it's obviously either the Eagles or the Lions. I don't know who else you would think would be um that bad, but I guess we may find out in the comment section. Make sure to comment what you think of these predictions. By the way, Texans are bad, all right. The offensive line is bad outside of Titus Howard and Larry Tunsil. Titus Howard isn't that great, but he's decent. So yeah, the inside of the offensive line is terrible. You got good running backs, I guess. The defense is uh really bad though. Something I really don't like. So that's going to be a big concern, and their offense isn't going to be able to keep up with Tyrod Taylor, a quarterback. Tyrod isn't a terrible quarterback, but his starting years are behind him at this point. He used to be better. He'll be a journeyman. The rest of his career at this point. They may even throw in Davis Mills this year because they don't have anything to lose. They have a top 3 pick guaranteed in my opinion, so nothing really to lose there for the Texans. And then we have the 4-13 Jaguars. Yes, it may seem a little low. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to be great this year. I think he needs more time to develop than some other quarterbacks like Justin Fields and Mac Jones and players like that. And yes, those players need time to develop, but I just believe that they're more suited right now for the NFL. Those two quarterbacks are much more ready for the NFL than Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence didn't look spectacular in the preseason. A little concerning there, but it's preseason. He's just getting used to NFL action, so I don't think he'll be terrible, but I don't think he's going to be that top guy. I think he's number 3 this season for the starting quarterbacks. I don't really believe in Zach Wilson right now either. So yeah, but James Robinson's really good. Don't know why they're drafting Travis Etienne. He's out for the year. Whatever. The receivers aren't great. Roman Jones is decent. DJ Chark is decent. Laviska Shenault hasn't proven much in his career. We'll see. I mean, he has only been in the league for 1 year. We'll see what he can do this year with a bigger role. Tight ends. I believe they're expected to sign Hollister, Jacob Hollister. I think he should be the starter. He was on my Seahawks last year. I thought he was pretty decent. Obviously wasn't the starter, but is way better than whoever they have. James O'Shaughnessy and whatever. Better than Debo would have been. It would have been funny to see Debo make the roster, but obviously he didn't. No one should be surprised. Would have been funny though. Funny to say the least. Yeah, the Jaguars defense also wasn't good. Good in my opinion. You got Miles Jack, got Josh Allen, Shaquille Griffin. They traded Sidney Jones away, which I didn't really make sense. Seahawks grabbed him. I thought that was great for a number one starting corner for us. But besides that, their defense just doesn't have a lot. They have a good player at each part of the defense, and then it's bad. Like you have Taven Austin starting on your D line. That is terrible. It's not Texans level terrible. That's why they're 4-13, but it's terrible. So the defense ain't gonna be great this year. Their offense is gonna have to carry a little bit, and Trevor Lawrence is not better than Gardner Minshew this year. I don't care what anyone else says. So Jaguars don't expect to win many games this season. And next, the 10-7 Colts missed the playoffs. They are the 8th seed, so they were close, but just one game off. Carson Wentz, I think, will play decent. I don't think he'll play like how he played when he was on pace to win the MVP, but I think he'll still play quite good. Um, I like Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, Naheem Hines. That's probably the best running back trio in the league that I can think of. Naheem Hines is a great receiving back. Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor split the carries, or at least somewhat split them. I think that's a really good combination. So the Colts will probably be run heavy this year, and their defense is still good, but the receivers are really concerning. T.Y. Hilton's going to miss part of the year, so I don't really know what's going to happen with the Colts this year. They started out really hot for me and then really just dipped. So Colts are a little fluky this year. Carson Wentz plays bad. They're probably 7 wins, maybe. If he plays really good, though, maybe they're 12, 13 wins. But I could have put him smack dab in the middle, so we'll see what the Colts can do this year. But then just barely beating the Colts. The Colts had a tiebreak here, so if the Colts won another game, they would have beat the Titans in this race. So, the Titans squeak one out. I like Derrick Henry, Julio, and AJ Brown. Their defense is just quite concerning to me. They have quite a tough schedule though too, so that has to be favored in. But I just feel like the Titans aren't the best. Aren't as good as they were last year, even with Julio. Because I feel like teams will be a little bit better stopping Derrick Henry, making Ryan Tannehill throw the ball more. I like Ryan Tannehill, but I just don't think he's amazing, like people are saying. He's not this, oh my gosh, amazing quarterback. He's decent. He's really good for his role, but nothing better than that. Fringe top 10 guy, maybe 10th or 9th, but nothing higher than that. But yeah, that's AFC South. Look at these for a second, and now on to the next division, AFC East, and you have the 5-12 Jets. So the best record we've seen from the lowest in the division so far. I think the Jets did pretty good to rebuild for this first year. They've had a few injuries. Vinny Curry, I know, got hurt for their defense. And so did Carl Lawson. They traded for Shaq Lawson, though, from the Texans. So it isn't terrible. Zach Wilson, I don't think he's going to be great this year. I don't think he's going to be terrible, but sort of on the same boat as Trevor Lawrence. Very similar, I think, in how they will finish statistically this year. I think there'll be a lot of interceptions, but I think he'll have some good yardage and touchdowns and stuff. Doesn't have the best wide receivers. Jamison Crowder's overrated in my opinion. Corey Davis is pretty decent though, and Elijah Moore, we don't really know how he's gonna play. Heard some good things from him, but we just aren't really sure there. Tight end situation isn't good. I can't even name their starter now that they traded their guy. So I guess we'll see who they start. It could be maybe Blake Griffin. So yeah, that's not great. The O line is good for the future. Elijah Vera Tucker, Mekhi Becton, They aren't amazing players now, but I think they'll be really good in the future. Jets are looking good for the future, just not great right now. 5-12 though, it's a lot better record than their 2-14 they had last year. So improvement is still good for the Jets. And then the Dolphins taking a little bit of dip from what they had last year at 7-10. They aren't as good as they were, and that's just that. Tua, I don't believe in him, and he doesn't have a backup plan anymore. He has Jacoby Brissett, and Jacoby Brissett is not a good player. I don't care what anyone says. He's just not that guy. Miles Gaskins isn't good. He should not be a starting running back in the NFL, and I am persistent in that, especially with guys like Kareem Hunt, Alexander Madison, Tony Pollard as backups, even Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny isn't great. He's an average backup, but he's my Seahawks backup, and I have to somewhat respect him. Can't let him get too mad at me. But yeah, he's not a good player in my opinion. He's decent in the receiving game, but as a runner, he isn't that. And the Dolphins need that, and they don't have it. And Tua's gonna have to throw the ball a lot, and that's bad because Tua isn't what he was in college, and I think he's a bust. He has a receivers of 30 though, and Will Fuller, but he's more of a deep threat. So that's concerning because Tua, I don't know if he'll be able to get the ball to Will Fuller. Devontae Parker's still good though. Jalen Waddle is gonna be good. Not gonna be amazing his rookie season, but I think it'll be pretty good. He'll probably throw the ball to Mike Gesicki a lot though, because Mike Gesicki is a stud. Top 8 tight end, definitely. He may be my number 5 or 6. He's a stud. I think he's the main target for this team right now. For Tua at least. Maybe if Jacoby comes in later in the year after Tua's terrible, which I wouldn't be surprised, then other receivers will get the ball. Yeah, the O-line also wasn't good. The O-line hasn't improved this year. Very disappointing. Something they really needed. I mean, they had Ryan Fitzpatrick who could deal with it, but Tua can't deal with the pressure. So I'm quite concerned there. And their defense isn't very good. They let Calvin go. I don't understand why they cut him, but they did. So yeah, Dolphins are looking good. 7-10 Dolphins fans, be ready. Then I have the 11-6 Patriots making it to the playoffs. Obviously, quite close since the Colts are 10-7 and we're the 8th seed. So, they squeak in, but the Patriots are good enough. I like Damian Harris at running back. Matt Jones is going to be, I think, QB1 this year for the rookies, because he's the NFL ready guy. Justin Fields is very close, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he's better. It's between him and Justin Fields for rookie of the year, in my opinion. So that's going to be a fun battle. The receivers aren't great. Nelson Aguilar, though, I do like. Kendrick Bourne is okay. But Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, that's going to be a really good pair. Like Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski without the killing. But yeah, Patriots also have a really good defense, signing Matt Judon too, and getting some guys back like Dante Hightower, because they opted out last year. So I'm really excited to see how this Patriots team does. Only thing holding him back is that Mac Jones is young and isn't at his fullest potential yet. And maybe a better running back, but I still like Damian Harris more than most people. So excited to see what the Patriots can do. And then you have the Buffalo Bills, 14-3 as well. You gotta wait to see the tiebreaker. Wait to the end of the video. The Bills are a good team. Josh Allen, huge MVP candidate. They may not be able to run the ball. Doesn't matter. You got Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, Gabriel Davis, and obviously Stephon Diggs on the same team. Josh Allen is a stud. So I don't care if Matt Breida is running the rock, Devin Singletary, Zach Moss even. I don't care. It's an okay trio, I guess. But None of them are great. I don't think they should be starting, but the Bills don't really need it because Josh Allen's already top 5 quarterbacks. Stephon Diggs, top 3 receiver. Um, this is a really good offense. The defense isn't too terrible either. Secondary's amazing. Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde, and Poyer. It's a really good secondary, and I really value secondary. Um, if you either have a good secondary or a good D line, then you're really set. Linebackers aren't as important to me. Um, so yeah, I really like this Bills team. 14-3, Bills Mafia. Be excited. And now onto the last division, the AFC West and the 4-13 Raiders. Las Vegas, I'm sorry. Vegas isn't it this year. KJ Wright actually put them up another win for me. I really don't like the Raiders because their O line is terrible. Josh Jacobs is overrated. Kenyon Drake is going to struggle with the O line. I feel like he may even be the starter at one point this year because of Josh Jacobs' struggles, and he's going to struggle too because of the O line so bad. It's not because they're like bad players because they aren't. Josh Jacobs isn't great. Great like people are saying he is. Maybe 15th in running backs though, so it wasn't awful. He's still starting caliber, but he's just not as good as people are giving him as people give him credit for. Receivers are bad. Henry Ruggs isn't it. Hunter Renfrow isn't it. Willie Snead isn't it. Um, those guys just aren't it. Derek Carr's gonna have to throw Darren Waller, and Kenyon Drake or Josh Jacobs is gonna have to become a good receiving back. Maybe even Peyton Barber, but that's not likely in my opinion. It's going to be a rough year for the Raiders. Their defense isn't very good. Um, they have a few guys. I mean, they signed Yannick Ngakoue, who, like I said, wasn't bad. I think still like he's overrated. They got KJ Wright. Trevon Mowbray will be fun to watch this year. I don't think he's going to be amazing because he's a rookie. But Max Crosby's there. He's underrated. He has 7 sacks while being injured all year. That's not bad to me. That's pretty good. He leads the Raiders in tackle for loss the past 2 years, and I think there's no reason he won't do it again. He's a stud. Yeah, Raiders 4-13 because their secondary really isn't good. Their D line really isn't that great, especially inside. The linebackers aren't great. They're the best part of the team. Their defense, which in my opinion isn't great for a team. But hey, that's what the Raiders are, 4-13. And next up, you have the 9-8 Broncos. It's unfortunate. I just don't think that Teddy is good enough in a division with Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes that throw the ball so well. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep up making 4 really tough games for them. A big reason why they don't make the playoffs is because of the division. I like Teddy. He's just a really conservative. Doesn't throw the deep ball very much. When he does, it isn't bad, but it isn't great. It's probably slightly below average compared to other starters. It's going to be better than Drew Lock, though, so that's a positive. He'll be a lot more accurate than Drew Lock, though less interceptions. But I like the running game with Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. That's going to be a great duo. Excited for that. I like the receivers. Cortland Sutton's a stud. Jerry Jeudy was really good this preseason and was good in this rookie year. Tim Patrick's also really good. Noah Fant's a great tight end. And their defense is also very much underrated. Von Miller's still good. Bradley Chubb is there. The secondary is amazing. I don't know which one of the Fuller brothers. Both of the Fuller brothers are studs, though, so that doesn't make too much difference. It's really good. Patrick Surtain's there. Bryce Callahan's there. Justin Simmons is there. Kareem Jackson's there. This secondary is insane. And I'm excited to see it in action this year. It's going to be a fun year to watch the Broncos defense. Stop after stop after stop. I think they still have Jarrell Casey. So this is a really good team, and I'm really excited to see it. Now, let's get to the Chargers, who are 12-5. Also a really good team. Their defense looks a lot better this year, and this is why I have them this high. Their offense was electric. Their defense was concerning. Derwin James is back. Chris Harris Jr. is back. The secondary has really improved. You have Joey Bosa there. He's a great player. Jerry Tillery is a pretty good nose tackle. Kenneth Murray's going to improve. I'm excited for this defense. You already have Justin Herbert, who had a great rookie year. I know I've talked some smack about him in the past, just because we haven't seen enough. And I still stand true to that, but I think he's going to be good this year. But we haven't seen enough to make him a top 5 quarterback, like people are saying, even a top 8 quarterback. I understand maybe 10th, but we just haven't seen enough from him. That's why I can't put him high. I still think he's going to be good this year. Austin Eckler's second best receiving back in the league behind Christian McCaffrey. Not third, behind Alvin Kamara as well, but he's a good runner too. And I really like Austin Eckler. And I also like the receivers. Keenan Allen's a stud. Mike Williams, underrated in my opinion. Jalen Guyton ain't the best third option, but yeah, Jared Cook, so it's not bad. Justin Herbert is going to slam the rock this year, and it's going to be fun to watch. Then you have the 16-1 Chiefs. Probably already know the seeding by this. Chiefs are great. Patrick Mahomes is great. Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman. I don't know what else you want. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Adam on. The O-line's not amazing, but it's average. But it's better than it was in the Super Bowl with a whole bunch of injuries. So, yeah, it's not going to be that atrocious. Plus, you saw what Patrick Mahomes did in the Super Bowl. So, we'll be able to do it without an amazing D-line rushing after him all the time. So, this is going to be a really good offense like it has been the past few years. And the defense is still quite good with Chris Jones and stuff like that. Tyrann Mathieu there. So, this is going to be exciting to watch. Chiefs 16-1. I don't think too many people are surprised about this. This is the seeding. Patriots at 7, Ravens at 6, Chargers at 5, Titans at 4, Browns at 3, Bills at 2, and the bye goes to the Chiefs at the 1 seed. This is going to be a really good season. I'm excited for it. NFC will be coming soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't get mad at me because I didn't say your favorite team was going to make the playoffs. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, notification bell, comment down below what you thought and any other video ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.